SBA Publications.
Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are happy and healthy at your home. This is your mentor Nisha Gola, and today with me we will start our new chapter, chapter number 14, and the name of the chapter is Circle, Triangle and Quadrilateral. So let's start our chapter here. Here first we have some figures and we have to tell the name of the following figures. Okay, so here we have four sides that are equal, means it is showing to square, and this one is rectangle because opposite sides are equal, and this quadrilateral shows trapezium, and this one is parallelogram. Okay, so here we have some figures and all the figures has four sides. Okay, and we have different name for them, so we will learn about these figures, okay, one by one. So first one we learn about triangles. So what are triangles? Let's see here. A triangle is a figure formed by joining three non-collinear points. So as a line segment, एक ट्रायंगल एक ऐसे लाइन सेगमेंट से बना होता है कि हमारे पास कोई भी हमने थ्री नॉन कोलिनियर पॉइंट्स लिए जो एक लाइन में ना हो, और उनको ज्वाइन करने से जो फिगर बनती है वही क्या होती है, हमारा ट्रायंगल. और इन अदर वर्ड्स वी कैन से दैट a triangle is a plane figure bounded by three line segment. Okay, जो three line segment से बना होता है. It is named by using three capital letters at the vertices and is denoted by the symbol this. अगर हमें ट्रायंगल का नेम लिखना है, for example here LMN, so we can use this symbol for that, triangle LMN. Okay, so LMN has three vertices. Which one? L, M and N. These are the vertices of this triangle. Then three sides we have here, LM, MN and NL. Okay, and three angles also there. First one is angle L, angle M or angle N, or we can written in different way, that is this, NLM, and or we can write it as NLM, this one, okay, or LMN, this angle shows that, and LNM or MNL we can say. Okay, so in triangle we have three vertices, three sides and three angles. You have to remember this. Now classification of triangle. We have different types of triangle, so we will learn here about that. So we will classify triangle on two bases, that one is side basis and one is angle basis. Okay, so first we learn classification of triangles on the basis of sides, कि sides के according triangle के क्या classification होते हैं. So triangles are classified on the basis of their sides also. So first is equilateral triangle, as here name suggests, equilateral means ऐसे sides जो equal हो. And in triangle we have three sides. If all the three sides are equal, means DE equals to EF and EF equals to FT. So three sides are equal, so we can say this triangle is equilateral triangle. So a triangle in which all the three sides are equal to each other is called equilateral triangle. Okay, so here triangle DEF, we can write it as triangle DEF. It is a equilateral triangle. Next one is isosceles triangle. So what is isosceles triangle? So a triangle in which two sides are equal to each other is called isosceles triangle. If in a triangle we have two equal sides, here we have AB equals to AC. Okay, so here in this triangle we have two sides equal. So we can say this triangle is isosceles triangle. Okay. So here triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. Okay. Now the next one is scalene triangle. So what is a scalene triangle? A triangle in which none of the sides are equal to each other is called a scalene triangle. So ऐसा triangle जिसकी तीनों side अलग अलग होती हैं, are different. We can say a triangle which has different sides. Okay, so we call that scalene triangle. Okay, so here we have triangle KLM. It is an example of scalene triangle. Now here we learn about classification of triangle on the basis of angles. अब angles के basis पे हम देखेंगे triangle का classification. So first one is acute angle triangle. As we know, acute angle shows 0 degree to 90 degree, means more than 0 degree and less than 90 degree. So as a triangle जिसके जो angle होंगे, we know that in a triangle we have 3 angles. So अगर ये तीनों एंगल acute एंगल होंगे, so that triangle is also called acute angle triangles. Okay, so let's see here a triangle in which all 3 angles are acute. कि तीनों के तीनों एंगल acute है, so we can say acute angle triangle. So here triangle PQR in this acute angle triangle, as we know angle P, angle Q, angle R measures less than 90 degree. कि इनका measures क्या है, 90 degree से कम है, it means acute है. That's why we call triangle PQR is an acute angle triangle. Next one is right angle triangle. As we know, right angle triangle means an angle that is equals to 90 degree. So here if in a triangle we have an angle of 90 degree, so we can say that that triangle will be right angle triangle. Okay, so a triangle in which one of the 3 angles is a right angle is called a right angle triangle. कि तीनों angles में से अगर एक angle क्या हो, 90 degree का हो, so we can say that that one is right angle triangle. So here triangle MNO is a right angle triangle. Why? Because angle N is equals to 90 degree and angle M or angle O are acute angles. Okay. Now third one is obtuse angle triangle. Okay. So a triangle in which one of the angle is more than 90 degree is called an obtuse angle triangle. Okay. So as we know, obtuse angle is more than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. So in a triangle, if we have one angle that is more than 90 degree or less than 180 degree, or we can say that one is obtuse angle. So that triangle represent obtuse angle triangle. Okay, so here we can see the one angle is here, that is angle Q is equals to 130 degree. That is more than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. It means we can say that that one is obtuse angle triangle. Okay. So here triangle PQR is an obtuse angle triangle in which Q is obtuse angle and P and R are acute. Okay. So here we have 6 types of triangle, that is 3 on the side basis and 3 on the angle basis. Okay, we have 3 for each. Okay, so you have to remember these. Okay, now we have, let's do exercise here. So name and classify the given triangle. So here we can see, here sides are given and all the sides are different. Here 2 centimeter, 5 centimeter and 6 centimeter. And we learn about that if we have different types of side, so we can say it is a scalene triangle. Okay, so you have to observe the triangle here and write their name in the blank. Okay, next one is properties of triangle. So we have some properties of triangle. Let's see here. First one is sum of three angles of a triangle is 180 degree. अगर हमारा जो ट्रायंगल बनेगा उसके जो तीनों एंगल्स हैं तभी बन पाएगा जब तीनों एंगल का सम कितना होगा 180 डिग्री. Okay, second property is a triangle cannot have more than one right angle. एक ट्रायंगल में एक ही 90 डिग्री का कोण हो सकता है, जो एंगल होगा एक ही होगा 90 डिग्री का, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं हो सकता है. जैसा हमने यहाँ पर देखा कि एक 90 डिग्री का है, बाकी acute एंगल होंगे. So if there are two right angles, the sum of three angles will be more than 180 degree. If we take two right angles, so 90 degree and 90 degree, that will be equals to 180 degree. But we learned here in first property that sum of three angles of triangle is 180 degree. Okay, so we can't take two right angles here, and we also not make two right angles to form a triangle. Okay, and the third one is a triangle cannot have more than one obtuse angle. In the same manner कि obtuse angle भी सिर्फ एक ही होता है triangle में, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं हो सकते. Here the sum of three angles will be more than 180 degree if there are two obtuse angle. Okay, so construction of such a triangle is also not possible. So here we have example. Let's see here. Find the missing angle in the given triangle. So here we have three angles, angle A, angle B and angle C. And two angles are given here, angle A and angle B, and we have to find out angle C. As we know, angle A, angle B, angle C का sum कितना होगा 180 degree, because it is the sum property of triangle that we learn here. Okay, so now we put the value. Angle A is equals to 70 degree, angle B 60 degree, and then angle C we have to find out. So we write here angle C equals to 180 degree. 70 degree and 60 degree will be equals to 130 degree plus angle C equals to 180 degree. Now we have to find out angle C. So what we do, 180 degree minus 130 degree. So angle C will be 50 degree. Okay, so now we have exercise 14.1 of our learning concept. So let's see here. First question is classify the triangle according to their angles. Angles के basis पे हमें triangle को classify करना है. So here we have an angle 120 degree. It means it is an obtuse angle. Okay, so here we can write this one is obtuse angle triangle, because in this triangle we have an angle that is obtuse angle. Here just like we have 90 degrees, so it will become right angle triangle. So you have to naming all the triangle here. And the question number 2, classify the triangles according to the measure of their sides. So now we have sides measure. It means we classify the triangle on the basis of their sides. So here 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter. So here we can see all the sides are equal, and we know that if all the sides are equal, it means it is an equilateral triangle. Okay. Now just like that you have to observe this triangle and name them. Now we are moving to the next one. Let's see here. Next question is question number 3. In this we have to find out which of the following can be possible angles of a triangle. We know that if sum of all the angles are equals to 180 degree, it means that can form a triangle. So here we check the sum is equals to 180 degree or not. Okay, so here we write 180 degree. Now we will add it, and after adding we get here 143, 193. That is equal not. So this is not equal. It means these angles can't form a triangle, okay, because the sum is more than 180 degree. Okay, so you have to check the sum of the given triangle and then you will write it is equals to 180 degrees. So yes, they can form a triangle, or if they more than or less than 180 degrees, so we will write it cannot form a triangle. Okay, now the next one is, in this we have to find the missing angle in each triangle. So here we have triangle ABC. In triangle ABC we can write angle A, angle B, angle C is equals to 180 degree. Okay, so angle A is here of 90 degree, and then angle B is equals to 20 degree, and angle C is equals to, we have to find out that, okay, and equal, their sum will be equals to 180 degree. Okay, now we find the sum of these two angles. 90 degree plus 20 degree is equals to 110 degree, plus angle C equals to 180 degree. Okay, now we have to find out angle C, so we will write it here equals to, we have 180 degree, and here we have 110 degree, that will be subtract here. So here we subtract it and we get here 70 degree. It means we can say that the missing angle, that is angle C, is equals to 70 degree. Okay, so in this manner you have to find out the missing angles. Now question number 5, state true and false. So a triangle can have two right angles? No, because the sum of three angles is equals to 180 degree, so it is false. Okay, we write here false. A triangle cannot have more than one obtuse angle. Yes, right. एक obtuse angle के अलावा उससे ज़्यादा obtuse angle नहीं हो सकते, so that one is true. So here we write true. Okay, so here we have A, B and then C, D, E statements. Here you have to read these statements and then you will give the answer here in the blank box and write it is true or false. Okay, now we are moving to the next topic, that is quadrilateral. Okay, so what is quadrilateral? Let's see here. So here some figures are given and we notice in all the figures that sides of these figures is equals to 4, means all the figure has 4 sides. So what is common between them? They all have 4 sides. Okay, so they are called quadrilateral. Means we can say if a figure has, or we can say if a closed figure has 4 sides, so we can say that one is quadrilateral. Okay, so a quadrilateral is a simple closed figure bounded by 4 line segments. So 4 line segments से बनी हुई होती है. It is named by using 4 capital letters as the vertex. Okay, in sequential order, clockwise या और फिर anti clockwise. So two ways से हम इसकी नेमिंग कर सकते हैं, या तो हम clockwise, for example here if I am writing A, B, C, तो here I can write square or quadrilateral A, B, C, that means clockwise. Or if I can do the naming like this, that one is C, D, A, B. Okay, both are correct. Next, in the quadrilateral PQRS. So here we have a quadrilateral PQRS. So 4 vertices we have, that one P, Q, R and S. Okay, and 4 sides are there, PQ, QR, RS and PS. Okay, and 4 angles also here. That one is angle P, angle Q, angle R, angle S. Okay, so in a quadrilateral we have 4 vertices, 4 sides and 4 angles. Okay, now we will learn about types of quadrilateral. How many types of quadrilateral we have? So quadrilateral we have parallelogram, trapezium and kite. Okay, and we have subdivided parallelogram also. In this we have rectangle, rhombus and square. So let's learn about it. So first one is parallelogram. So what is parallelogram? Let's see here. So a parallelogram is a quadrilateral in which both pairs of opposite sides are parallel and equal to each other. So इसमें क्या होगा, ये इस वाली साइड जो अपोजिट साइड है इक्वल भी होंगी और पैरेलल भी होंगी, एंड वी नो दैट पैरेलल्स आर have same distance and they never meet again. Okay, and here this one is also equal and parallel lines. Okay, they don't meet at a point. So also both pairs of opposite angles are equal to each other. So we can say here quadrilateral PQRS is a parallelogram here. Next one is rectangle. So a rectangle is a parallelogram in which each angle measure 90 degree. So rectangle भी एक parallelogram ही होता है जिसमें सारे जो एंगल होंगे वो 90 डिग्री के होंगे. इसमें भी सेम properties है that opposite sides are equal and parallels. Okay. Next one is rhombus. A rhombus is a parallelogram in which all sides are equal in length and opposite angles are equal. So इसमें क्या होता है, जो sides होती हैं वो equal होती हैं, all sides are equal. Okay, and जो opposite angle होंगे वो equal होंगे, means angle M equals to angle O and here angle L equals to angle L. Okay, now square. So what is a square? Square is also a parallelogram in which all the sides are equals to, okay, and each angle measure 90 degree. So it is also a, so this figure is also a quadrilateral, but in this all the sides are equal. Okay, means we can say EF equals to FG, FG equals to GH, GH equals to HE. Okay, and each angle of this quadrilateral will be equals to 90 degree. So we can say that one is square. Now trapezium. So what is trapezium? Let's see here. A trapezium is a quadrilateral in which one pair of opposite sides is parallel. So trapezium में क्या होता है, जो एक पेयर होता है बस वो ही क्या होता है, पैरेलल होते हैं. ठीक है, और if a trapezium has non-parallel side it is called isosceles trapezium. और if a trapezium has non-parallel sides equal, अगर जो इसकी non-parallel sides हैं वो भी इक्वल हो जाती हैं, यहाँ पे जैसे ये ए बी डी सी के इक्वल नहीं है, लेकिन अगर ये पैरेलल साइड्स भी इक्वल हो जाती है, फॉर एग्जांपल लाइक दिस. ओके, सो we can say that one is isosceles trapezium. Okay, now moving towards next one. Now we have kite. So what is kite? A kite is a quadrilateral in which both pairs of adjacent sides are equal but opposite sides are unequal. Kite में क्या होता है, जो adjacent side है बिल्कुल साथ में जो है वो तो equal होगी, लेकिन opposite side unequal होती है, वो equal नहीं होती है. So that one is called kite. Okay. So here we have exercise 14.2 on the basis of concept of quadrilateral. First one is, in the given figure PQRS is a quadrilateral, name it. Side of the quadrilateral, we know that sides are PQ, QR, RS and PS. Okay, so here we have 4 sides here. Next one is angles of the quadrilateral. Here we have 4 angles. That one is angle P, angle Q, angle R, angle S. Okay, and then a pair of opposite sides. Pair means opposite sides कौन सी है, PQ opposite to SR. So PQ and SR, these are the opposite sides. Okay, and we have to write only a pair. That's why I am writing this. If the question is asked that you have to write pair of opposite sides, so we will also write PS and QR. Okay, and the question number 2 is angle and the question number 2 is LMNO is a parallelogram. So this one is parallelogram. What special name would you give it if? तो क्या नाम दोगे अगर LM equals to LO. LM जो है LO के equal होगी. It means ये भी equal हो जाएगी, ये भी. So we can say that one is square. Okay. L है 90 degree. Okay. So that means quality of square. LM equals to LO and L is 90 degree. LM equals to LO. This one also showing to a square. Okay, this is our answer. Now we have next figure, that is circles. So what is circles? Let's see here. Okay, so a circle is a simple closed curve consisting of all points that are at a fixed distance from a fixed point inside it. And it has no sides. So circle क्या होता है? एक क्लोज कर्व होता है जिसमें जो उसके सेंटर में जो पॉइंट है फिक्स पॉइंट है उससे फिक्स पॉइंट पे ही सेम डिस्टेंस पे अलग अलग पॉइंट से जुड़ के बना हुआ होता है. ओके, एंड दिस फिक्स पॉइंट O is called center and this one is that is fixed point here, point O, we called it center. Okay, next, all points which lie either on the circle or inside the circle from the circular region. अगर ऐसे पॉइंट जो क्या है या तो सर्कल पे बने होते हैं सर्कल के अंदर, तो वो किसको बनाते हैं? सर्कुलर रीजन को दिखाते हैं. ठीक है, next है circumference. So what is circumference? The entire length of the boundary or we can say edge of a circle is called its circumference. Here from here to here the whole length of the boundary is equals to circumference, we can say. Okay, next one is radius. So what is radius? The line drawn from the center to the circumference is called radius. कि center से लेके circumference पे जो भी lines draw होंगी, जो भी line segment draw होगा, we call that radius. Okay, so here in this figure we have OA, OB, OC, OD. These all are the radius of the circle. Now diameter. So what is diameter? The line drawn to touch the circumference on both the sides passing through the center of circle is called diameter. So ऐसे line segment जो क्या है दोनों तरफ circumference को touch कर रहा है और center से pass होके जा रहा है, that one is we call that diameter. Okay, so COD is a diameter of circle with center O here. So we can say CD will be equals to CO, this one, and OD. Okay, so CO or OD will be equal, that is the radius of the circle, and we can say CD equals to CO plus CO equals to 2CO. It means we can say that diameter is double of or we can say twice of radius. Okay, next we have example here. Example number 1, find the diameter of a circle whose radius is 5 centimeter. So radius is given 5 centimeter and we know that diameter is the twice of radius. So we will multiply it by 2 and here we get the diameter, that is equals to 10 centimeter. Okay, now example number 2, find the radius of a circle if the diameter is equals to 14 centimeter. So diameter is given here. As we know, diameter is the twice of radius or we can say radius will be the half of diameter. So we will divide it by 2 and get the radius is 7 centimeter. Okay, now we have the next part of the circle, that is chord. Okay, so what is chord? A line segment whose endpoints lie on a circle is called a chord of a circle. So एक ऐसी line segment जो क्या है circumference पे touch करके बन रहा होता है, ठीक है, दोनों साइड से टच कर रहा है, that one called chords. Okay, and the next one is here in this figure. AB, CD and EF are chords of the circle with center O. Okay, And observe that EF is also a chord, and here it is passing through the center. It means it is a diameter also. Okay, and we can say that diameter is the longest chord of the circle. Okay, now we have arc. So what is arc? Let's see here. A part of the circumference of a circle that lies between any two points on the circle is called an arc. कि जो हमारा circumference है उस पे कोई भी दो पॉइंट के बीच में जो बन रहा होगा, ऐसे ऐसे कहीं से भी बन सकता है, ठीक है. सो वी कॉल इट आर्क. ओके, सो डिनोटेड बाय द सिंबल दिस वन. ओके, जो मैंने यहाँ पे ड्रॉ किया है इसके थ्रू हम आर्क को दिखा सकते हैं. पॉइंट्स P एंड Q डिवाइड द सर्कमफ्रेंस इनटू टू आर्क्स. सो P एंड Q, इससे क्या हो रहा है, टू आर्क्स बन रही है. टू आर्क्स. द शॉर्टर आर्क इज कॉल्ड माइनर आर्क. जो ऐसे हमने बनाया और यहाँ पर हमारे दो पॉइंट है P और Q. सो यहाँ पर है हमारे पास माइनर आर्क. ओके, सो इसको हम बोलेंगे माइनर आर्क जो शॉर्टर डिस्टेंस होगा, और यहाँ है लॉन्गर डिस्टेंस. सो वी कॉल इट मेजर आर्क. ओके, सो हियर longer arc is called major arc and shorter arc is called minor arc. Here PXQ. So PXQ, it is minor arc, and here PRQ, this one is major arc. Okay. Next one is semicircle. What is semicircle? So if you fold a circle in half, you get half a circle, which is called a semicircle. Means half of a circle we can say semicircle. So we have a circle and we fold it as half, so we get this figure, and this one is called semicircle. Now concentric circles. Concentric means एक ही सेंटर से अलग अलग सर्कल बने हुए. So two or more circles with the same center but different radii are called concentric circle. कि एक ही हमने सेंटर लिया, उसी सेंटर से हमने अलग अलग रेडियस का अलग अलग सर्कल बना दिए सेम सेंटर मान के. ठीक है, सो दैट वन इज कॉल्ड कोसेंट्रिक सर्कल. ओके, कि एक ही सेंटर से अलग अलग रेडियस के सर्कल बने हुए हैं. Now interior and exterior. Interior means अंदर and exterior means बाहर. Okay, so the region enclosed by the circumference of a circle is called interior of the circle. जो हमारी circumference है circle की, तो उसके अंदर का जितना भी एरिया होगा that is called interior of the circle, and the region outside the circumference is called exterior of the circle. तो इस circle circumference के बाहर का जो एरिया होगा that one is called exterior of the circle. Okay. So in this figure, point B lies in the interior here because it is interior of the circle and lies here under circumference. Okay. And the next one is point A lies on the circle. Point A कहाँ है, circle पे lie कर रहा है, और point C क्या है, exterior of the circle है, जो बाहर है. ठीक है. Now the next one is drawing circle with the help of compass. We learned here. So how do we draw a circle? Let's see here. Draw a circle of a radius 4 cm using a compass. So here we have to draw a circle that has radius of 4 cm. So first step, take a compass and fix the pencil it. Okay, हमें compass लेना है, उसमें pencil fix करनी है, and then step second, measure and set the distance of 4 cm opening the compass as shown in the given figure. Okay, so first we take the ruler and open the compass. As we know, we have to take radius of 4 cm. And third step, mark a point O on the plane of the paper. फिर हमें एक point O mark करना है. उस पे हमें without changing the angle between the two arms, place the sharp metal tip on the paper at point A. जो here we know that in compass we have 2 points. That first one is metal tip and the second one is pencil tip. Okay, so metal tip will be here on the point A, and then point O is the center of the circle, And then step 5, move the pencil around holding its top such that the pencil traces a circle. फिर हमें यहाँ से होल्ड करना है टॉप से और उसके बाद उसको ऐसे मूव कराना है कि उससे एक सर्कल फॉर्म हो जाए. तो स्टेप 6, thus we obtain a circle of radius 4 centimeter with center O. So here we have a circle with a radius of 4 centimeter. Now we have exercise on the basis of the concept of circle. Exercise 14.3. First one is fill in the blanks. A line drawn from the center to the circumference is called a. अगर एक लाइन जो है वो सेंटर से circumference तक बन रही है, so we call that radius. Okay. And the next one is the longest chord of a circle. Longest chord, that one passes through the center, means we can say that is diameter. Next, the diameter of a circle is dash the radius. कैसा होता है? Twice the radius. Okay, a circle has dash number of radii. We know that in a circle we can draw as many as we want radii. Okay, so here we can write infinite. Okay, or undefined we can say also. Okay, next one is interior of a circle together with the circle is called. इंटीरियर जो है सर्कल का और सर्कल को उसमें इंक्लूड करते हुए, दैट वन इज रीजन दैट इज कवर्ड बाय सर्कल. ओके, नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 इज स्टडी द गिवन फिगर एंड केयरफुली एंड फाइंड. सो हियर a diameter of the circle, you have to observe here what is diameter and name them. For example, here diameter is AB, that is passes through center, so we can write here the diameter is equals to AB. Okay, just like that you read all the statements and write the name from observe this circle. Okay, now we have question number 3. In this we have to construct a circle. Okay, and radius are given here. First one is 3 centimeter. So let's see how do we make. First we take a ruler and then we make, here we have radius of 3 centimeter. So from 0 to 3, here we mark 3 centimeter of radius. Okay, now we take a compass here and put nib point here and one is here. And then we opening the compass and move it in this way. Okay, that one is make a circle here. Okay, and we can write here point O A, and OA, that is radius, is equals to 3 centimeter. Okay, now we have the question number 4. In this we have to complete the table. Radius is given and diameter is given, and one is we have to find out. So here diameter is given and we know that radius is the half of diameter, means radius will be equals to 6 upon 2 equals to 3 centimeter. So radius will be 3 centimeter. Okay, so in this manner you can find radius and diameter and complete this table. Okay, now we have some HOTS question. Let's see here. We have to take the correct answer. First one is the sum of the angles of a triangle is equals to 180 degree. Concentric circle have same center. Yes. A circle has dash diameter. We know that infinite diameter we can draw in a circle. Each angle of rectangle measures 90 degree. Okay, 90 rectangle के 4 angles जो होते हैं that will be equals to 90 degree. Next one is a triangle in which all the 3 sides are equal of length is called, we know that if we have all the sides are equal, that one is equilateral triangle. Okay, now we have fun activity. Students, you have to do this activity by yourself and enjoy this activity. Now we have here math lab activity. So now we have here math lab activity that you will do in your class with your teacher. Okay students, so this is all about our chapter. I hope all the concept of this chapter has been clear to you all. I will meet you in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye bye.